So yesterday, I managed to get to 30,000 blood, which I think is a pretty big milestone on Nightmare 4. Obviously, it's nowhere near 50,000 blood, which is the ultimate goal of Guild Boss, but I mean, I'm making slow but consistent progress towards that. And I'm just going to show you guys my team, maybe explain how something like Twin Fiend works, how to do Rage Regen strats, which is what I do, stuff like that. I've been getting 20,000 blood chests for a while, so this might help you get there if you aren't already. Obviously, a big part to play in this is just gear. If your gear isn't good, you're not going to get as high of blood, or if your gear is better, you're probably going to do better than me. But let me just go over the team real quick. This is my team that I am currently running. I do need to swap my arrogance gear, I'm realizing, because I was using Idril for arena, so I put this gear on. The gear isn't that crazy. It has an attack speed main, unfortunately, but this is what I have. I'll go over all the builds in a second. But anyways, so I have Hollow as my healer. Hollow is even maybe better than Elwyn for Guild Boss if you can get her built well. Mine isn't perfect, but you do want A5 preferably. I have HP doesn't really matter too much, but you want very high attack speed, so she's healing very frequently, and you want really high Rage Regen, because you want her to be popping her almost all the time. You want her to be attacking a lot, and you also want her attack very low. That's very important, because the more heals she gives out, the more rage she regens, and that's super important for Guild Boss. I'm running this because I don't have a Euphoric Orb. Ideally, you would get the Euphoric Orb, which gives attack speed of all heroes in range, but it's not too important. It doesn't make that big of an impact. Wrath is mostly there for the Lord skill, and he does do a little bit of damage, but I will be cycling him in and out because I don't have the space. Arrogance, you just saw, decent gear. He's going to be my third damage dealer. Volca is purely there for Invig, and also she will put a vulnerable out here or there, but it's not that important. And I'm using her so that we get Laurel back faster, since we will be pulling her and putting her down very frequently. Silas is my main DPS. Last I saw, he did about 85 million on Nightmare 4. We'll see after this run. I do have low attack, higher crit damage, and generally you do want higher crit damage on all your units than you would in different areas, because the Guild Boss has very low defense compared to other things, and crit damage will add more. But I would like my attack to be higher. Obviously some of these pieces aren't great. If we look, I did do slight Gear 1 farming, but as you can see, I am missing attack percent. I did get some new pieces, so maybe these would be a little bit better, but I'll look at them later, see what I can do. Laurel, I do have Invig. I should awaken her, because I did pull one recently, and I might actually Soulstone her right here, so this might be slightly better. But I don't really use her ult very much. She's mostly there for her promotion 5 bonus, which is when you pull her or she dies, all your teammates around her, like one tile away, get 50% rage. She has Invig to boost a little bit. She has high rage regen. I had that for something else, but she doesn't really use her ult very much. And then we get to Twin Fiend. Twin Fiend obviously is very rare. He is a lord. He's very good. I'm going to level him a little bit because he's kind of missing on the stats. I actually, surprisingly, so with, to just summarize, with pyros, you want insane attack speed, and you want insane rage regen. So he's constantly popping ults over and over. You want 2 ults of shield, and whatever. But I did that with Twin Fiend, and he was doing like 6 million damage, he was doing like a bit less. He was ulting a lot, sure, but he wasn't doing too much. And I asked a friend for help, and he said, oh, just build him for damage. So I did that, and now he does like 16 mil on his own, and he still ults the same amount, because I'm using Rage Regen strats. He gets so much rage that you can just build him really well. Soulbound Arcana is the best set for him. but I have some very bad soulbound pieces. I can't do that. So I have a fairly mediocre wisdom set. Unfortunately, attack speed, pretty mediocre pieces. Could be a lot better, that's for sure. But it's not a big deal. He's not fully skilled, so if he was, he would do a bit better. And I do have a tier of Starlight on him. Also on Arrogance, I have a Wailing Skull, also known as Crystal Violinist. I got that like 2 days ago for the first time. And Silas has Spirit Siphon, formerly known as Nether Messenger. Whatever. That is the best thing for single target marksman, by the way. But anyways. Hex, I do have a broken set. I would like to put Infernal Roar on him. I'm pretty sure Infernal Roar is the best. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. I have his best things skilled up. These two don't really help with Guild Boss. And I have Bloodbound Bond Signet, which is the second best single target marksman accessory. Dolores, I have an Invig on her. You want her attack as high as possible, and A5 is a real big help. Attack speed does nothing for her. Ideally, I would have a little bit more Rage Regen, but I am using Rage Regen in strats. This is the best artifact for her. There might be some new ones that were just added that might be slightly better, but I don't think it matters. The 16% attack bonus is great because it boosts her her boosting power. And I have Nocturne. I don't have a good ring for Night Terror, or he would probably do a bit more. He's decent stats, broken set, as you can see. He is A1, which does enhance his ult duration, which is pretty cool. He won't be doing too much damage, but he is there just for like a little bit more. I do have a high leveled Heaven's Rage. I'm close to getting a max, which might help a lot. And that's about it. And there was something else I was going to bring up. Oh yeah, I just summoned Anai, who I might replace Wrath for, but I'm not really sure how that would go. I don't really have any spots here to swap out, so I don't know if I'll even get to use Anai. Maybe I'll try her instead of Nocturne, but maybe she would help a little bit, but it's not important. Also, a tip is you can actually use Alaya in Friend Assist. This guy doesn't have Spirit Horn on it, or Tumultuous Horn, whatever it's called, but you can use Alaya when you're cycling. I'll go over that later. But anyways, let's get into this. Sorry for the very long intro, but I feel like I do have to be thorough. Guild Boss is no easy thing to do. So, what's important is the placement as well. Like, very important. You really want to watch your placement. Before, Invigoration was random, and it could double stack on someone, which would not do double the stats. It would just apply twice. And it was a big issue. You would have to restart runs over and over. But the devs actually fixed it this most recent update, which is so nice. So now it'll go on to a random person who doesn't have Invig. So I do Silas, my DPS, who gets Invig from Hollow. Hollow has Invig set. Then I do Hex. This is just how I like to do it. Laurel has Invig, so I'm going to be putting her here. Hex got Invig, which is nice. Then I'm going to do Nocturne, who is going to get Invig from Dolores, as you can see here. Arrogance is going to get Invig from Volca, and I'm going to pull Volca back. This is for the Nightmare boost, and then I'm going to put Twin Feed. Twin Feed will not have Invig. He doesn't need it. He's not going to be the main DPS. He's there for support. And what I like to do with my team, because I'm using Tumultuous Horn on Hollow, I like to immediately pop her ult when I get it. And then I wait until my Twin Fiend ult is up, and then I pop him and Pyros. I'll go over how he works in a second. And then I like to pop Silas around here and Laurel purely to get Dolores ult up, and then I will pull them. And then that's just a bunch of damage. So, with Rage Regen strats, the way it works is you have Hollow doing a ton of rage with their ult and normal heals, I think, to everyone. And then you leave this one spot in here for Laurel. And because you have Volca A1, Laurel will be coming back every 45 seconds, as you can see here. And you're just going to place her down, and you're going to pull her back. And it's going to give a ton of rage to your units, and it's a big help. Obviously, you could have one more damage maybe if you don't do that, but I find that this is far better for overall damage, just boost your best DPS. There's more Dolores ults, more Silas ults, etc, etc. And I will be cycling Wrath in just for a little bit of extra damage, but he is mostly there for the Lord bonus, so that Arrogance does a bit more, stuff like that. But anyways, so you're gonna see me doing almost constant ults, very frequent ults. If you have Laya on a friend assist, you can place her right now, use her ult, and then that'll be even more Rage Regen, but it's not so important. But yeah, let's get into this. Also, Twin Fiend is a little bit weird. I'm not 100% sure how he works, I just know what I do. But generally, when you pop his ult, his focus fire activates and it makes all your other Infernal units stop what they're doing, and then he does a lot of big damage using them somehow. I think it scales off of, I think it might scale off of your teammates, I'm not sure, but whatever. Just use it when you get it. I will be popping it almost all the time when it comes up. And as you can see, we almost have another Silas ult, because Rage actually comes back even during ultimates, as long as it is during. So that's always really nice to have. As you see, 7,000 already. When I get Laurel back, I will sell Wrath, put Laurel down, bring her back so that I can get all these ults. And I will be putting Volca purely for the cycling, so that I can use like a vulnerable on the boss maybe. Also, Twin Fiend will, while I'm popping ults, I'll explain. Twin Fiend will lock your other, and I think Pyros too, will lock your Infernal units out of their ult, so you do want to use them around when the bar is here, if you see my mouse, around this area. But yeah, not so important. Anyways, because Hex's ult is so long as well, I like to pop his very frequently. And I will pop a Dolores ult here, because I know that Laurel will be back soon. Popping that to go with Silas. And here we go. We get another shield. We're going to try to break it, and then we're going to try to use our ults whenever the shield breaks. As you can see, another Dolores ult, another Hex ult. Silas ult is not up, unfortunately, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Just keep the ults going. I will be doing one more ult, and then I'm going to save for the Force Shield, because I am not personally confident in the Force Shield. Also, another thing about Laurel is if you pop your ult, while she's on the field, she will boost that ult, which is really nice to have. So I will keep her down just for a little bit. I'm also going to pop these ults before I pull back Laurel, because now they will get the ult generation instead of it just hitting the cap. Sorry if this is a lot of information. I know this probably isn't the best display of that information, but I like to try to cover everything. I don't really want to leave anything unexplained or anything. Anyways, vulnerable on Volca's down. All of our ults are going, which is good, because I'm not confident in being able to kill this this wave 100% consistently. Anyways, we hit him while he's down. Get Laurel back, so I will be popping them for the ults, which is really good to have. We're just gonna try to do as much damage as possible. 25,000. I think I won't be able to hit 30,000. This run is not perfect. Obviously, you do want to maximize your ults a little bit better, most likely, but it is what it is. You don't really get anything from 30,000 blood except an achievement, and I already got that achievement, so it's not a big deal. Here, you do want your hollow ult up, or you might actually die, unfortunately. Put Laurel down, get your ults down, pull her back, do more ults, put your other damage dealer down, and as you see, it's a lot of blood. It's not what it could have been. I did probably mess up a little bit of timing, but it's good enough. This is a lot of blood, at least in my opinion. 29% of the final guild boss. It says highest dragon blood record because I did break 30,000 using Laya friend assist, but here are the stats. So Silas does crazy damage. One time I saw him do 85 mil, but that's not important. He did pretty good. He is my main DPS. My secondary DPS Hex with a broken set, by the way. Silas is A1, he's A0 with a broken set. Does 50 million. That's insane. Arrogance, I do usually see him do about 40, 44, but that's fine. Nocturne did okay, he did about 22. Twin Fiend with the damage build. You saw him doing ults like crazy. You don't actually need to do the Rage Regen build if you're using the Rage Regen strats. They are a bit different. Wrath, just putting him in and out. He boosts arrogance. He boosts arrogance a little bit, especially with Volca. And then you have the healer, damage booster, and the Rage Regen strat people. That's about it. Still a lot of blood. I am hoping to push 50,000 eventually, but I do need Twin Fiend A1. His A1 is very good, but I need to get one of these legendary soul stones, which are very rare. But yeah. So, also, just one more thing before I end the video. I know this has kind of been a bit long and packed with information, and maybe it's not the best presented, but I'm just trying to help how I can. Anyways, you might ask, should you, if you're able to, do 2 attempts in order to get the 50,000 blood chest? My answer to that is no, you shouldn't. You should be doing max chest on Nightmare 3 and whatever chest you can on Nightmare 4. Because double the rewards basically is better than a slightly higher chance at maybe something good. Like, it adds this, you can get Flawless Meteorite, you get 3 rewards I guess, but instead you could just get 4 chests. Also, this is self-explanatory. If you're not in a guild that can take down the guild boss that you're taking down, you should be finding a new guild. Anyways, that's about it. That's all the guild boss knowledge you're getting out of me this time. If I figure out something else, I'll tell you guys, but yeah. Obviously, I would do a lot better if I had an Aracha, because my Silas would be better, and I am hoping to someday maybe get Silas A3, A5, and maybe that'll boost my damage, and Twin Feed Day 1, but whatever. Also, Zilla 2 would probably get me to like 45,000, that's how broken she is. Anyways, sorry, that's enough talking, it's a little bit late, and I am very talkative right now. Anyways, that's actually it. I'm gonna be stopping now. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you, and have an amazing rest of your time. Anyways, goodbye.